Hello everyone, and welcome to Flo9's Magic Channel. Now what I do here, just to give everyone a little bit of a background on what you can expect from this channel, is I try to make competitive decks that most would consider as probably jank. But what I try to find ways to basically break the meta. So I try to build competitive decks, but that are also fun to play, and that are without having to net deck other people's decks. Um, it's obviously a lot of trial and error. Um, not everything works out. Sometimes things do work out. I've had 3 or 4 decks with 60-70% win percentages since Arena has come out. So I guess without any further ado, let's hop into it. Uh, Today I've kind of been playing around with a tribal deck, trying to make use of 2 cards. This isn't anything that I feel like is going to be very competitive, but you never really know until you get a base down and you start kind of messing around with it and just seeing if it has potential. So, as it sits right now, we're trying to make utilization out of Glass of the Guild Pact and Vanquisher's Banner. So these are the 2 key pieces to this deck. Glass of the Guild Pack is one of the cheapest options for boosting a board, although it has a set thing that has to be met for it to work, which is everything has to be multicolored. Well, finding multicolored creatures in red and white is not very hard. Now, finding multicolored creatures that are also human and red and white is not very hard, right? So we've pretty much auto-included all of them at this point just to see how it works out. Obviously, we're probably going to end up, minusing some Legions. I don't know how to say this. Tajik's Legion's Edge. True Fires have been working out pretty well for me. Johnny is hit and miss. I'm not sure if it's even going to stay in the deck, but, for now it is. In theory, you run a lot of 2-drops. This is why a Johnny's in the deck, is kind of to make use of the 2-drops that are in the deck. We're also running a lot of these 2-power 2-drops because we want to make use out of Legion's Edge and True Fire Captains, because they also help boost these guys. Now this deck doesn't have card draw unless you get into the late game. So basically it's a tempo deck. You're playing on tempo until you hit 5. If you have a Vanquisher's Banner out, then you can kind of start picking up the pace a little while. But your goal is to try to end the game before 5. This is kind of a backup plan to give you some type of chance against other mid-range tempo decks. So yeah, there's not much else to be said. Boral's Mentor, rarely are we using his second ability, but 2 for a 2/3 with Mentor is a good drop. 2 for a 2/1 with First Strike is also not a bad aggressive card. This guy is pretty decent for clearing out games when someone has a more powerful board than you, because generally when you get to the end of the game, they're around that, they're somewhere around 5 health or below, so it's like you can kind of close games if you need to. If someone's trying to stall the game out and you can't get through with damage. Yeah, pretty straightforward. I'm going to hop into a game. Casual while we figure out the ins and outs. Once the deck's a little bit more stable, we'll hop into some ranked maybe in the next video. I generally spend about a week on each deck getting it perfected. So the meta right now is, there's a lot of mono blue. There's a lot of mono red, like always. Nothing's changed in that regards. You run into a Teferi here and there, the fog decks. Other than that, I haven't been running into much else, and if I do, it's something so jank that it's not hard to beat. I've only played 3 games with this deck, so I have no clue about the win percentage or how good it is at this point. But we will play a few games and see how it goes. This hand's a keep. It's just because we're not on curve with a 3-drop. Hopefully we draw into on. If not, we can still boost Swiftblade Vindicator. Swiftblade Swiftblade Vindicator with the Glass of the Guild pack followed up on the next turn is a very strong play. You get through for a lot of damage if they don't remove it. And if they do remove it, they stall a turn using removal, so it's not a bad play either way. So we're going to try to get him out. Depending on what he does. Okay, no play. So since no play, we're going to drop down the Legionnaire. It should equal 4. So we're gonna be the same damage dropping this as if we dropped the guild pack. So we might as well make use of our mana. So he's going to be tapping my Swiftblade. So we're going to drop the guild pack first. And attack. That's fine. And I think the first striker is the better play right now. Next turn, if we get a Vanquisher's, if we draw a land next turn, and end up with a Vanquisher's banner, we will be in a very good position right now. And we did. So human is what we choose. Seal away 2 of them. Alrighty, that's fine. So if he doesn't have artifact removal, we should be able to get a pretty good train going. Well, not if we draw land, but let's see what happens. It's tempting to drop the True Fire Captain. He's probably has a settle right now. It may be worth. Well, let's go in with just the one. I believe he's holding on to a settle, so let's go with the Sky Knight, because we can always activate this guy's ability to do 3. Okay, another seal away. Sure. The greedy play is playing the Vanquisher's banner. The way this guy's playing, there's a good chance he's running cleansing, but if he runs cleansing, we automatically win. We're gonna get all our stuff back. So I think we can take our time and throw out Vanquishers, human again, and start the card train. So this is what I was talking about. If the game gets drawn out, that's why these are in here. Just because when you do get like another matchup against another tempo deck, or something that draws it out a little bit past the aggro stage, you're going to lose with this deck if you don't have something to draw you cards. And this just seemed like the best fit for the deck. Yeah, so he can chump block, which is fine. I think I'm going to go ahead and attack. Well, let's see. Just in case I draw a haster, I'm going to throw something down first. At this point, True Fire Captain may be able to close out this game. But this gives me a better chance of playing another card if I get a haster. Let's go ahead and throw this down. Johnny is perfect.
You should be proud to have come so far. Be strong.
And there is the concede. The correct play might have been to bring another creature back. I just thought he had to settle, so evidently he didn't. I probably could have closed the game out a little sooner. But I played it safe. Well, guys, for the first video, I think I am going to play 2 more. And then I'll kind of talk a little bit about how I felt it went. And I welcome you guys to leave your thoughts in the descriptions. Improvements. You think it's just utter trash? I'm okay with hearing that too. That oftentimes that's exactly what ends up happening. So this one's going to be a little rough. So second turn is going to be Boros and this guy. But after that it's going to get a little sketchy. We'll see what happens. I'm going to keep it. Oh, here's the mono blue versus mono blue adapt. Let's see. Sure. Alright, not too bad. It is unfortunate that he has his blocker left. It might still be worth it to attack with both of these and get rid of this. It might be. What else is going to happen? I mean, he's probably going to let this through anyways, I guess. So it's only getting 1 extra damage in. This would also get 1 extra damage in. This uses our best. I don't think I have to worry about damage. It's going to be like return to hand and maybe some cheaper counter spells this guy's running. Yeah, let's get this guy on the board. Just utilize our mana. It's an interesting choice that he let that through. Merfolk deck. So basically what we need to do is get damage through before he can get his Merfolk too big. So the secret's going to be getting damage in like really soon. The problem is this might lose us the game. I don't know if there's a way around this for our deck right now. He's going to have like infinite chump blockers. Although he doesn't have any card draw right now. Maybe the best thing is just to get bodies down at this point. No, I think we need. This will be a 2/2 a double strike. That's actually a pretty good play, I feel like. This guy has mentor. I don't know. There's nothing. This guy, he would chump block and kill him. I think we're just gonna go with him for now. This guy's really strong against everything he has on the board right now. If he has no buffs, he's gonna be in some trouble. Okay. So okay. I think this is the play. I can't attack with anything, can I? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. No, I have to leave all my blockers up, I think, at this point. Although, we might be able to get away with attacking with 2. This would be 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That would be, it would kill him if he accepted these 2. That might be the play. He has to chump block. That would block with 2. No, I think we just go with this guy. That was interesting. It's interesting that he didn't block that. Yeah, I don't know. So I think this guy is in trouble. I don't know why he did that. So, yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure. That was, I think that he could have won that game. He just misplayed. So, I'm not going to count that one either way, really. That guy was making a lot of misplays. Alright, last one, guys. See what we are up against. Ooh. It is very risky having 2 of these in the starting hand. But we are set up on curve. It's just the curve's not perfect. We'll keep it. Phase streak shoot might be our first play against the specific deck we're playing against. Swift Blade is just gonna not be useful without counters on it. Yeah, it is definitely gonna be frustrated, so... Yeah, that's just unfortunate. Didn't want to lose his land wars, huh? I think that would have been a trade he should have took, but... Who am I to know? So I think we're just going to utilize our mana right now. He has more damage on board, but he's... What can we follow up with? We don't really have a follow-up, so attacking's not a good idea. We'll go in with... No. Yeah, screw it. I'm not gonna block at this point anyway. So like even if he attacked and I kept blockers back, the only thing I'd block is the land war, so... So next turn, looks like we're just going to refill our board. That's an old card. Been a while since I've seen that. So... We might mentor and then this guy. I think that's probably our best bet. It might scare him into not attacking with Sarah. Oh, it's vigilance. Yeah, no, he's going to attack. Yeah. Yeah, so
Would you like
I think
to
that's
see
probably a
what's
good
left
game.
of
We
the
probably
snow?
lost.
Come to me.
Our hand was just not ideal. It's not a bad draw. We can mentor this, and it would kill this if he blocks it. So I think we're going to do that. Four, 5, 6, 7. We can take 7 damage.
Strike me, and you strike nature. The wilds are my shield.
Yeah, it's unfortunate with him with a draw engine out that we cannot win this game. If we top deck our draw engine, there's a small chance we can win this game, but it's looking not very good. Not with what's in his hand. And alright, and we drew a land. So that's a good game, guys. Don't know there's much of a point in finishing this one out. But there you have it. There's the